Chicago teachers are entering their second day of their first strike in a quarter of a century. Instead of going to class, thousands of teachers picketed at schools across Chicago. Negotiations with the city are deadlocked over wages, benefits, reduced class sizes, among other demands. On the first day of the strike, downtown Chicago was flooded by tens of thousands of red-shirted demonstrators showing their support for the strike. The strike is affecting more than 25,000 teachers and 350,000 students in the country's third largest school district. The Real News spoke to some of the teachers who took part.
Well, today's the first day of the strike of the Chicago Teachers Union, the first one in 25 years, and we need to send a message. Let's get this thing settled and get it done so we can get back to working with the kids. People have been reaching out from all over the world saying, good luck and keep up the good work. So the eyes of the world are watching.
Truett Nguyen, and this is my family, all four of them. So Mason, Jen, May, and Tina. We want fairness for as teachers, and we want our kids to have a decent education with a smaller class size. And with a class of 34 or 40 students, it's not going to be a very productive class because there's too much for students and teachers.
I'm here for two purposes. Number one, to stand up for my profession, public education, public service. We're civil servants. Public service is at stake right now. Privatization is like a cancer. It's a scam and a cancer, and they're trying to fool people into thinking it's going to save money when in fact it's going to take civil service out of the hands of concerned and driven people and put it in the hands of for-profit corporations and companies and things like that. And, it's going to further create a divide in society. I don't want to get too political and all this stuff, but, something needs to be done here and now. The right to collectively bargain is in danger all over this country, and CTU needs to win this fight, not just for the students of the city of Chicago, but for students nationwide.
Years ago, Obama said if workers go on a picket line, he's going to join them. Are Chicago teachers thinking about that today?
We'd love it if Obama joined us on the picket line, but I've got to say, he didn't show up for the workers, the union workers in Wisconsin, so we're really hoping that he shows up for us.
Some of the things that you're striking over are in Race to the Top, which is the national education policy. How do you feel about Race to the Top and how it's affecting Chicago?
I'm not a big fan of Race to the Top. It's had a detrimental effect on our curriculum, and it's just made testing, that we're testing more than we're teaching. It's made teaching well and collaborating with one another impossible. It's made it competitive when it should be collaborative.
Thousands of students, parents, and community members also marched in solidarity with the striking teachers. Here are some of their voices.
We work with lots of organizations in the city who have been fighting for months and months and years actually for a just educational system here in the city. We've been up against a lot with a school district that is intent on privatizing schools, shutting down schools, eliminating parent voice in the schools, and we've been fighting really hard. And I think the teachers' fight is a climax of that effort for the last decade practically. And so community, parents, young people, students really stand in support and solidarity with teachers because we know what the teachers are fighting for is a broader educational vision that's grounded in justice, it's really based in school and student learning, in equity, and the things that really matter.
Blocks Together supports the teachers striking because we see that they need to stand up for some of the basic things that students need. We're talking things like not being in a classroom where it's 90 degrees and trying to teach. We're talking about not over-testing the kids over and over again. And we see this really as a human right, a civil rights issue of our time.
As a former student of Karen Lewis, I really have to say that this is not a fight that started today. It's not a fight that started when the negotiations started here in Chicago. This is a fight that both I, as a member of the community, as a former student, and Karen as well, have been going on and have been doing for decades. We're trying to fight, and we have a real unique opportunity here in the city of Chicago to definitely create change and to have educational reform that will make a difference in each and every classroom. It's time to give the ability to teachers to actually teach our kids and have them included and have them voice their opinions in every single one of the changes that occur anywhere from standardized testing to the everyday curriculum in our classrooms.
The Chicago Teachers Union maintains the strike will continue until all of its demands are met. For The Real News, this is Jessel Noor in Chicago.